Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Real Madrid won the first leg of the round of 16 against Atletico Madrid 2-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Rodrigo scoring the first goal, Alves equalizing, then Diaz scoring in the second half to make it 2-1. It was a beautiful game to watch, but the Madrid attackers, they didn't actually perform the way we are expecting them to perform in this game. If you look at that game generally, it was a good game of football, basically 50-50, but you know Atletico, they have to defend first, waiting for one counter, one chance there, but good goal for Rodrigo. Let's talk about the formation first. They played an attacking side, a 4-4-2, where they have a Diaz, they have Rodrigo, then Vini and Mbappe up front. It was a good setup for Madrid if you see it on paper, but even though it did not click the way we are expecting to click, but I think they were missing Jude.
There was no connecting dot. Okay, there was this every match you see a connecting dot. I felt like in that game, without a Tchouaméni, if you had a Valverde in that midfield, it might have at least clicked.
Tchouaméni started with
Camavinga. In midfield, there was a Luka Modric in midfield, there was a Tchouaméni in midfield, there was a Camavinga in midfield, there was every other person in midfield except for Valverde and Jude Bellingham. You get, these are the connecting dots. I believe Luka Modric is the connecting dot, but age is no longer on his side. And you saw senior man touch will always be senior man touch. You saw his touches was senior man touch, but Valverde missing in that midfield, though he had the connection between he and Rodrigo on that right side to get him on the score sheet. But in general setup, the midfield is lacking. His presence in midfield, you would feel it. Though he's one of these players, I say he's an utility player. His numbers are up there, Valverde, his numbers are up there. Anywhere you put him, he's yet to be seen him. He's yet to see him in the goalkeeper's gloves. No, because he's anywhere. If you put him as right back and you're rating the best right back in the week, you're putting him in that position. If you're rating the left back in this current week of the Champions League, in this round of Champions League, let's say for the first 4 games you've seen so far, if you're saying who is your best right back, you're putting Valverde's name in that list. If you're making a top 3, you're putting Valverde's name in that top 3. If you're putting him in centre half and you're saying your top 5, you're putting him in that list as top 5 best centre half. So it's just that he's missing in midfield, and that is in midfield is where he excels the most.
Okay, that's talking about Valverde. He's made his 300 appearance for Real Madrid last night, so congratulations to him. He has been at Real Madrid for a very long time. As a young boy, I think about 18, 19 he has been there. Yeah. But John, if you look at that game generally, do you think is Ancelotti that got the tactics right, or Simeone didn't get his tactics right? Because if you win, you got your tactics. Your tactics is right. So that's it.
For me, I wouldn't call it a Ancelotti tactics right or a Simeone tactics blunder. I'm going to call it one side had the opportunity to kill off the game and the other side failed to take the opportunities. Simple, you can be dispassionate about who is the architect behind your team's performance, but you can't be dispassionate about who are the guys who actually came good for the team on the night. And on the night, Atletico Madrid strikers and forwards were a bit short of Real Madrid, because we saw that goal from Brahim Diaz and he switched the game in favor of Real Madrid and it ended 2-1. Now, after that goal was scored, Atletico Madrid still had a couple of other clear-cut chances that could have tied the game as a draw, and he went begging. If we go earlier into the match, we could see more of those chances, the Griezmann opportunity, the sell-out when he came in the second half, and all these other performances. You would just go and call it out down to on the day they were not as clinical as they could possibly be. And, fortune favors the brave, as we say it in football. In this scenario, Brahim Diaz got an opportunity and he got a goal.
First half, 1-1. Both goals was excellent, executed by both players.
Of course, you have to give Alvarez the best goal of the night.
I can't even say which goal do you think is better.
You have to give it to Alvarez, best goal of the round so far.
It was a fantastic goal.
Best goal of the round, Alvarez. That's what everybody will vote for. But the Brahim Diaz goals, not anybody, for defenders not to spot his run, for defenders not to take down that ball away from him before he got on the score sheet. You ask yourself, what was defenders doing? They were ball watching and sleeping on their game. They were sleeping on their duty.
First goal from Valverde, that pass, it was the way he passed that ball, the weight on that pass was excellent, and the run from Rodrigo was excellent. He collected that ball, moved it to his left, bang, it was a goal. The same with Alvarez, when they gave him that pass from the left, he cut with his right and placed that ball excellently away from Courtois to make it 1-1. Second half, they are scoring to make it 2-1.
I was a beautiful goal. I think the both of them
at the top left corner. That's what you call a corner.
The both goals will be contending. The both goals will be contending for goal of the round.
But Alvarez will win it. Then second half,
I might be voting otherwise.
The second half, they are scoring in second half to make it 2-1. But let's talk about Real Madrid attack. Vini and Mbappe. The thing about both of them were missing action. they are saying now that the problem with them is that one person needs to reduce their ego and draw for another person. Do you understand? Everything has a player they play for. Like one player they play for example, then when Real Madrid, everyone was playing for Cristiano Ronaldo, even though in quote everyone was passing around, but you know that they are playing for this particular guy. As Barcelona, they are playing for one particular guy. But do you think that one person should draw for one person? In Mbappe, because both of them have big egos and it's not working out for them.
The two of them, I'll say this, the two of them have communication up front. And I think for last night's game, Atletico Madrid just kind of shuts down the communication, because if you see that most times you see Kylian run to the left to help to the right, to help out with Rodrigo, and if it doesn't work out for them, you see whenever he goes to the right, there are three defenders on him. With he and he and Rodrigo, there are three defenders. When he switches and helps out Vini on this side, there are four defenders this side. So it's like if I go to the left, I have three people following me. If I go to the right, if I go to the right, I have three people following me. If I go to the left, I have four people. So 4 people on me and this guy is going to be tough on us. So it's better we make it 3. And I know definitely Rodrigo is one of the players that many defenders underrate. Even his teammates underrate his talent. And it's better we have 3 than have 4 on us. And I feel like in this game, I'm not going to fault their performance. I just feel like the defense was on them. They kind of shut down the services.
So do you think that it's the defense of Atletico or the Real Madrid attack they didn't perform
I would
well?
say the Real Madrid attack didn't live up to expectation, because you can't tell me that if you go back all the games this season, that all the goals they scored so far this season is because they didn't have so many players on them. It's a fallacy. It's not true. You know, if you go back through all the games, you are going to find that they've had players on them, they've had opposition, they've had defenders, and somehow he shook off the defenders and got his goal. Even against City too, it was a break into the City defense. He beat the defenders on the last line and moved in and got his goal. So you can't tell me that because they were on you, is it the first time they are going to be on you? Is it the first time you are going to have Vini being on you? It's not. And then secondly, when you talk about the conversation of who should drop for who, I think, with Ancelotti favoring a fluid formation, which is another word for playing it when you like up front, these are some of the drawbacks we are going to see, right? The drawbacks we are going to see is on the night you feel you should be the stellar man to lead the team forward. Mbappe feels he should be the stellar man to lead the team forward. If more chances coming your way, you have more chances coming your way. Whereby, let's say now the defense is not on you in quotes now, and you have the opportunity to score a goal. More people will ferry the ball through to you, and the other player will be frozen out. If it's Mbappe that gets an opportunity to score a goal, more passes will go to him. So I feel the fact that it's not yet decided or clear cut in the team, everybody go and play with your strength. If you want to die. That's the way it is at Madrid.
The problem is Madrid did not predict what will happen, because the plan was to bring Mbappe for the past 3 or 4 years. They have been trying, they couldn't bring him. But they didn't know that Vini would pick up this kind of form. That was the problem.
It's Mbappe's problem, because if he had come initially as requested, he would have been the centerpiece of the team. So
now look at it. In the past 3 years, there's also been Vini in that team for the past 3 years as well. So if you say it the way you want to say it now, if Kylian comes, he would fight for a place with Vini on the left. You get? And wait for Karim Benzema to leave. Now he will have somebody to learn off. The problem with him coming in now is there is no top 9 up front for him to understudy. And that's one thing Real Madrid.
They are not bringing him to be a top 9.
That's one thing. That's one thing Real Madrid. It doesn't matter. That's one thing Real Madrid has always done. When Ronaldo came in, there was a Raul up front. There was players, and he had to understudy. There's one thing with Real Madrid.
He did not understudy Raul at all. Like that one, you fail 100%.
Understand. No matter how you come in, you have 3 months time of relaxing and learning of somebody, the culture of the club.
Okay,
I disagree with you.
You learn a culture of the club, even if you're not going to, even if you come in and slot into this starting lineup, you will learn something about the culture of this club.
If Kylian has been at Real Madrid maybe 3 years ago, Vini, he was going to bend Vini at that 3 years ago, because then Vini was still
Vini will move to the right. Simple and short. What are we saying?
I think what will happen that if Mbappe had come maybe 3 years ago, he will stay, because Benzema was still there.
Benzema was there, yes.
Kylian will play from that left. Probably they move Vini to the right. Because then, in quote, 3 years ago, Vini was not a main star. He became the main star 2 years ago when he won that first Champions with Real Madrid, or he became that big top player. But they have to decide.
He was the architect because behind most of their goals, he created most of the opportunities. He carried the team literally on his back. What are we saying? So it's Mbappe's fault. It's not Vini's fault at all.
I think depending how you want to see, but Mbappe has been the super. After he won that World Cup in 2018, he has been the star of the future. Everybody wanted him to come to Madrid, but somehow he wanted to stay at PSG. Then Vini became the big boy of Real Madrid, and they gave him the number 7 shirt. It's going to be tough for anybody to draw for anybody, but let's see if it's going to work out for them. But for this particular game, they won against Atletico 2-1. Ancelotti got his tactics right, because if you win, your tactics is working. But they won that game, so let's see what Simeone is going to do for us next week, if he's going to turn this game around and probably reach the next round of the Champions League.